Play action to start the night, and welcome back, Jarvis Landry. Missed 4 games with a knee injury, and right out of the gate, they put the ball in his hands. Keenum, little middle screen for the tight end, and Hooper rolling. 2 plays, and Cleveland sitting inside the Denver 35. 10 completions of 30 or more yards over the last 3 games, which are all losses. There's one there for 34. Dearness Johnson inside the 15.
I think I could have run pretty well behind that hole right there.
Here he is again, left side. Nice cutback, and he sets up 1st and goal. Got a good block from Johnny Stanton.
Well, and you called it. I mean, they have just given up too many big plays. They have again already in the opening drive and some gashes in the run game.
Johnson cuts back, and no signal yet. Touchdown, Cleveland. What a drive.
Kyle,
yes.
As a Go Jacket member, don't have a Super Bowl ring, but I do have a Go Jacket.
It's beautiful.
And a member of the Pro Football Hall of Fame, as always, I'm always looking to see who potentially might be joining me in Canton. So this is not your regular cold cuts. This is called gold.
Hey!
These come from the prime cuts, not the scraps now, okay? And I believe that there are currently 5 receivers out there that potentially should be having a bust alongside of mine in the hallowed halls of Canton.
All right.
First, start with the no-brainer. Let's go with Julio Jones. Kyle, he could retire tomorrow at just 32 years of age and still getting in. He's been the fastest receiver to pretty much every milestone.
Yeah.
Most recently surpassing 13,000 yards, marked back in week number 2. He's 18th all-time in yards and just under 1,200 away from cracking the top 10. But more impressive than anything is he's the all-time leader, and listen to this, 94.7 yards per game, and no one else is even close. It's because, on occasion, he does things where, like against Carolina in 2015, he almost single-handedly dealt the Panthers their only loss in that season.
Watch him here.
Double coverage all the time. We've seen his feet. Luke Kuechly. This helped Luke Kuechly decide, you know something, I'm going to go to the front office there in Carolina. They got him inside. They got him outside. There is no space. Matty Ice puts it over the shoulder, and Julio Jones, before DeAndre Hopkins was high-pointing it, this is what Julio Jones was doing, not only to the NFL, but to one of the best defenders that we have seen play football in a long, long time.
That's a tough
Julio Jones could leave tomorrow, and he's going to have a gold jacket. Next up, man, AB. Yes, check it out. Business is back booming once again. His homeboy Tom Brady is giving him a second lease on life. Now he has the hardware from Tampa Bay, scoring a critical touchdown in that Tampa Bay Super Bowl 55 win. He's cracked the top 25 in all-time catches, yards. But let me show you the most impressive thing about his career to me. Listen to this. He's been first-team All-Pro, not once, not twice, but 4 times in his career. The only receiver in the Super Bowl era with more are Jerry Rice and T.O. That's it. There's a couple guys that have recently been inducted that they don't even have one first-team All-Pro. I'm not going to mention their names either. And I want to show you the play that I believe exemplifies AB, undersized, one of the smallest great players that we've ever had. Remember he used to return punts?
Yeah. Yep.
You're talking about one of the great open field runners. You're talking about a guy who has great vision. You're talking about explosiveness. Yes, is he a little cray-cray? Yeah, it goes with the wide receiver routine. Yeah, that's why he's going to have a bust in Kent. His open field running is second to none, and he has dominated pro football, not like a lot of other wide receivers have done.
Hall of Famer, Chris. Antonio Brown.
Second lease on life. AB, 4 times first team. Okay? Next up, gonna surprise some people. His teammate, Mike Evans.
Talk about it.
Mike Evans has racked up 7 straight 1,000-yard season, is on pace for his 8th straight, breaking Randy Moss's record for the most all time. He still has a little way to go as far as racking up the numbers, but he's only 28, and if he continues at this pace, he's undeniable. His hands, his size, his overall toughness, his ability to run routes inside the slot and out makes it almost impossible to be able to defend him. He's been able to put this on display in Tampa, but check him out in 2016, what he's able to do against the Atlanta Falcons. They're in a cover 2. He runs a post corner, tight window. He reaches up and snatches it with one hand behind him. These are the types of plays that he was making long before Tom Brady got to Tampa. So on pace, 8 straight 1,000 yards to start his career. That will get him a gold jacket. All right, up next, DeAndre Hopkins.
Go ahead.
Probably the guy, when I watch him, I see more of my skill set in him than any receiver that is currently playing. Nuke became the youngest player ever to hit the 10,000-yard mark. He already has the most catches in NFL history before the age of 30, and he still doesn't turn 30 until next July. Not to mention, he's done it with 11 different starting quarterbacks throughout the course of his young career. And if he gets to stick with Kyler, the sky's the limit there for the Cardinals. So he's going to have a few more big years. This accomplishment in the league is because he makes some of the coldest catches that you ever want to see. I want to show you one, that didn't even count.
Go on.
But I got to appreciate it because this is what you call pulling this one from your backside. Yeah, remember that guy, Deshaun Watson? Yes, used to be able to throw it. But watch Nuke here. He goes over the shoulder with the left. The momentum brings the ball. He basically caught this one out of his backside. And that one didn't count.
Interesting team Deshaun's playing against, isn't it?
And last but not least, the guy that's dominating pro football. Now, he has the furthest to go, but from a number standpoint, but he's currently playing at the highest level. There's only one guy like him in the game. He led the league last year, averaging 98 yards per game while scoring 18 touchdowns. And this year, he followed that up, leading the league again, averaging 111 yards per contest. We need to stop that narrative, too, that, he's only doing that because it's Aaron Rodgers. This dude is dangerous. Outside, inside, he's a threat to score anytime he's on the field. And check this out. 2017, Aaron Rodgers was on the sideline, hurt. Dude still had 10 tutties. All right? So he's real. And another reason why I want to show you, check out what he was able to do with Brent Hundley.
There we go.
Remember he used to be the backup?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, he's able to get it done.
Give me that.
Receiver, draped on his left arm, holding his left arm down. He spears it with his right. Dominating pro football, the best receiver that we have in the game. So these guys, these are my 5. These are my 5 gold cuts, not cold cuts. These guys come from prime.
That's a cool visual.
Beef. Gold cuts. 5 current receivers, I think, will be joining me in Canton. Okay, guys, what do you think?
I love that you have that you have Mike Evans like fronting this graphic. I feel like when the conversation about gold cuts surfaces, he gets overlooked. We don't talk about Mike Evans even at the top tier of wide receiver conversations. Why is he overlooked?
Well, the reason, playing in Tampa all those years where they weren't winning. Number 2 is he's not a diva. He's not a person bringing a whole bunch of attention to himself. He is Mr. Consistency, and you can't overlook starting your career like that. Broke Randy Moss's record, 7 straight, on pace for 8 straight. Consistency should get you a gold jacket. That's where he is. He also has the hardware now. So
He does. That helps. That helps a lot, as you know.
DeAndre Hopkins, you mentioned 11 different starting quarterbacks. I got to think that is something true to you, Chris. When you were a player, every year it was Salisbury, it was Wade Wilson.
Right.
I want to say it was everyone from Eric Kramer to John Freese. You guys saw everybody, Spurgeon Wynn included. What's it mean to you when a guy does it with not just that one quarterback, but with a bunch of different guys rotating?
it really talks about his ability to be able to adapt. His ability to get open is not predicated on you don't have to have a great quarterback. So he's dominated not only in his route running releases, when you have quarterbacks that aren't as good, you have to be more perfect. You have to be better at your craft. You have to have better skills developed. Your route running has to be excellent, and you can't afford to drop any passes because there's guys out there that got dudes throwing to them.
Antonio Brown, impeccable football resume, controversial character. The voters can be finicky about that type of stuff, to say the least. How's it going to go for him, Chris?
Well, we saw Terrell Owens and some other receivers be held back because they thought that they weren't great teammates. The thing about this is about what you do on the field. Now, recently, they brought in some of the other stuff. There's no reason for Terrell Owens to wait 4 years based on what he did. AB, He's got twice as many All-Pros as most of the guys in there, of the 29. So 4 times. You are one of the 2 best receivers in the game. I don't think the game can be told, the history of the game, 101 years, unless you have AB in there. Now, his second lease on life with the greatest player ever, and everybody looks better, standing next to Tom Brady. That's going to help him get over the hump.
It's well said. Solid analysis. Why we have you, Chris Carter. Thank you so much for...
Finish.
Okay.
Keep it hot.
You guys are missing it. There.
We appreciate it. These are the gold cuts. And I'm Chris Carter, here until I go back to Canton.
Yeah.